Pardon? Labeling, yes. No, label has to be into the packaging material, not stuck on the packaging material, because it can be removed or something else can be stuck. So tremendous research has to go into this packaging material labeling, and the entire production packaging lines in industry needs to be changed of these requirements. And this is the state of affairs of regulatory affairs today. Now, I don't want to talk about so much more, but I just want to mention a drug is approved and is in clinical practice. Now, continuous monitoring of its safety is called pharmacovigilance. So we know that pharmacovigilance India and so much of that. The second aspect is whether the drug is effective in populations. One is it safe? The second is it we have to study if the drug is along with the drug is effective or not. How safe it is, how effective it is, have to have a pharmacovigilance data and pharmacoepidemiology data. And how exactly we do those studies and how we capture the data and make it available. That also comes under regulatory affairs. So I am talking about research, approval, manufacturing, distribution. Now, what about dispensing of the medicine? The role of pharmacist in dispensing the medicine. If you make a drug available, how do you know that it is reaching the population in the right population in the right dose? Do we know whether antibiotics are used rationally? Do we have any idea of what is the incidence of antimicrobial resistance in our country? Do we have information about what are the causative organisms for periodic sore throats or colds or flus, and whether we are using the drugs rationally? All these things are the role of pharmacist. And who regulates whether there is a pharmacist in the shop or not? It is a regulatory agency. But in India, that is under the provision. Abroad, I don't think FDA regulates whether a pharmacist there in that. But abroad, a pharmacist, registered pharmacist means is not the pharmacist who graduated, but registered pharmacist, the one who passed the board examination. In India today, we don't have a board examination. We just have to register with certificate. However, PCI is talking about an exit examination. But exit examinations for whom? Is it a diploma holder, or is it a B form, or is it a M form, or is it a Form D? Or are we talking about 4 different exit examinations? That comes under a different purview of regulation. Because pharmacist plays a major role ensuring the safe use or rational use of a medicine. And if pharmacist is not there, okay, because I just want to see. Continuously monitor safety, pharmacovigilance, a unnecessary cost without any effect. A cost without a cost incurred by the patient. So that way we can even do pharmacoeconomics just to ensure that the products are economical. Even approval of a drug new than the existing therapies, and it produces to the patient the value for the money he spends. If the value for the money he spends is not there, it is not as good, I mean it is not any better than existing treatment which costs him 10 rupees, the new drug 100 rupees, but at the same time it produces the same effect, spending 10 times more money. So it's not pharmacoeconomical. Even a regulator has to see that. Now at this meology, put the blame on our academic institutions and say that we have to introduce all those courses. So Dr. T.V. Narayana has requested Venkatramana to talk about, to introduce these enrolling patients by themselves and then getting a ethical clearance and then do the follow-up every day, over a period of time. The effectiveness of treatments would be clear to you. Then you can develop guidances of how this treatment, because published information, remember that, we require such studies. May I have the next slide, please? Next slide. With industry personnel and academicians to develop robust materials, processes, in-process controls, and methods for ensuring quality of the product in continuous manufacturing. Develop training and continuous professional development courses and introduce these in academics. As we need online pharmacy. It's a huge debate going on, right? On one side, no pharmacist involved. They know very well that many of the physical pharmacies don't have a pharmacist. Here they are not talking about a person who has to go in hot sun or rain or snow to a medical shop and stand there, and the fellow would say, no, it's not there, come tomorrow. Versus you order it online and it is delivered to your home for a patient. Which is better? Our people would argue saying that online pharmacy is dangerous. I would simply say that the patient, by the time he goes to a pharmacy and search for a medicine, and if it says no, he may die there because of lack of medicine or exposing to. This is the last slide. Yes. Here there is a Thank you very much.
Giving the valuable insights. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving the valuable insights. Okay. Okay, thanks.
So, dear friends, it is a wonderful presentation given by Dr. Rao. Not in the R&D.
Request చేస్తాను. పర్లేదు.
Good knowledge. If you want to listen to the same lecture today, what he has like this, I thank as the chairman or co-chairman of the session, Dr. V.S. Rao Vadlamodi, and also the organizing committee, APTI and IP seminar and regulatory affairs at.
Sir, Rahman, can you address the?
Good afternoon, all of you.
So I request our principal sir to felicitate our speaker and chairpersons of the session, pharmacy and naturopathy on the stage. Our request principal sir to felicitate the J.N. Suresh Kumar sir to the principal of naturopathy of College of Pharmacy. I request to call this Sheikh Abdul Rahman sir, principal of Nirmala College of Pharmacy. I request the principal sir to felicitate the sir. Thank you, sir. Now we have a small interaction with IPASF chairperson G. Sainath.
No, sir, it's fine. A phonetic good afternoon to all the dignitaries, Dr. T.V. Narayana sir, President, the Indian Pharmaceutical Association, Dr. Rao Vadlamudi sir, immediate past President, IPA and Commonwealth Pharmacist Association, Dr. Venkat Simbers and all the IASF student chapter members, and especially, next slide. Next. And students-oriented initiatives, as Narayana sir mentioned about the National Elocution Competition, every year we organize IPA Devendra Paul National Elocution Competition. The semi-finalists will be provided for the transportation, accommodation for the venue, and for the finally IPA. And we also have quiz, National IPAC Gopala Krishnamurthy quiz competition, Sir Professor B. Suresh sir, and everyone with the IPASF office bearers. And this is the current steering committee, myself, Sainachari Gannoji, Tosing, and these all are the pharmacy students from across the nation. And one of the achievement with current scenario, every year during IPC, we organize this Voice of Students and Best Student Organization Award by international organization, that is Sydney, and sending the students to across the nations to represent India. Recently, we have launched Scientific Saturday to initiate this research perspective in the students. This is where in IPC with our team, with Dr. T.V. Narayana sir and Rao Vadlamudi sir, the Scientific Saturday main proposal. So this is the new chapter we launched in the 2023 January. Next slide. And these are the new chapters in the pipeline. Chapter 4 to 5 years back, through the chapter of IPASF, they have initiated community outreach programs. And this is one of the CHIPS chapter beside to ASN Tenali. So we have official publication, that is Panach Live Magazine, where we publish the articles received by the student in order to get connected with. So this is the magazine. Next slide. And we also, IPASF students get an opportunity to work under the different divisions and verticals of IPA. IPA has 5 verticals and projects, as Narayana sir was mentioning about the vaccination project and blueprint for the Indian for pharmacy practice, refined task list for community pharmacists, and antimicrobials. This is the international level networking event. And Pragna Ella, who is the chairperson for the previous of IPASF office bearing, and who is being from ASN Tenali, like student, and she have worked as faculty here. She have got an opportunity to meet Bharat Biotech, Dr. Krishna Ella sir, and the other team of IPASF was there with him before COVID. Yeah, next. And we also try to collaborate with industries and take up the placement conclaves. And recently we organized an article writing competition with an outsourcing company called Stuffingly. They came forward to provide cash prizes to determine and to recognize the talent of pharmacy students. Yeah. Next slide. And also recently must inculcate the skills, and IPASF with the support and guidance of IPA, we are bringing the different opportunities to the students fraternity. Next slide. So we also said that Voice of Students, student grievances, you can share your experiences, grievances, what you have, we try to take back to the regulatory affairs and we represent your thoughts. Next slide. Student must have 5 pharmacy students across the nation got an opportunity, that is if you can invest 6 to 8 hours per week coupled with the right guidance, you create an impact in the pharmacy field for the rest of your life. And also would like to quote, education makes you sufficient, skills makes you efficient. So to be enough efficient with the sufficient knowledge, IPSF is the right platform where you get an opportunity.
This is N. Prasanna, IPSF Treasurer.
Head representing IPSF, yes, Vamsi Krishna, who is the National Council member. So like this, you also get an opportunity to learn the leadership qualities and skills from the college level to the national level and slowly to the international level. So this is where we also would like to see you at IPSF with different initiatives. Come forward. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Now it's time to having a lunch break. I request all the delegates and dignitaries have a wonderful and delightful lunch. Thank you, sir. Our principal sir to felicitate our speaker and chairpersons of the session. To the principal of Narsopet of College of Pharmacy. Abdul Rahman sir, principal of Nirmala College of Pharmacy. I request